The CEO of MGM Resorts now admits high prices were a mistake through the summer and contributed to a negative perception of Las Vegas.
Michael Davenport and his friends are visiting from Nebraska. I asked what items they believe are priced too high.
I paid $15 to $17 for a 16-ounce can of beer, Budweiser. We could buy a whole case for that, but I paid for it.
Yeah. Why did you pay for it?
Because I had to. You're here.
Want to have a good time?
Yeah, you want to have a good time.
It's expensive. So, the food is just outrageous.
It's about $60 for two to eat every meal.
The one word they use to describe their experience? Pricey. Like many others, they say they're frustrated and a little bit shocked at just how expensive the city has become.
Las Vegas welcomed 2.4 million fewer visitors in just 9 months. MGM's profits cratered, and the CEO finally admitted total failure. Shame on us, he declared, after relentless price hikes drove tourists and gamblers to flee in droves. But how did the world's gambling capital collapse so fast? And what forced the truth out at last? The numbers reveal what actually broke Las Vegas. Las Vegas suffered an unbroken streak of declining tourism for 9 straight months in 2024. By the end of September, the city had counted just 28.9 million visitors, down 7.8% compared to the same period the year before. The drop wasn't a slow fade. June delivered the most brutal blow. Visitor volume plunged by 11.3% that month alone, erasing nearly 390,000 tourists in a single stroke.
The price gouging in Las Vegas is out of control. I was at the casino getting a coffee from Starbucks, $11 for a latte. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Maybe Starbucks is just gouging. No. I go to the food court at the Caesars Palace, 2 slices of pizza and a beer, $34. I'm like, okay, these casinos are already making billions upon billions of dollars from people coming to gamble, and they're still going to upcharge food and drinks by 200%? I ordered 2 Mick Ultras from the casino bar, $30 for 2 beers. Are you kidding me? Oh yeah, you can get free drinks while you gamble on blackjack and lose $800. Whoop-de-doo. It's such a slap in the face because if you lose big in the casino, you then have to go pay for insanely overpriced food and drinks for the rest of the weekend. You want to go to the nightclub? $50 for a vodka soda. Hotel fees, resort fees, entertainment fees. You're paying triple what you expect to pay in Vegas without the gambling. So if you come here and you lose, you're fucked. You have to win at the tables if you want to have a decent Vegas trip. This was my first time ever profiting in Vegas, and I still feel like shit.
In case anyone wanted to know how much Starbucks costs in Las Vegas, 4 drinks, $34.57. I got a tall pike place, I got a grande flat white, I got a tall mocha, and I also got a grande London fog, $34. And now I shall bring all my princesses coffee in bed.
Guys, I just got the bill for our dinner. Guess how much it is? Our dinner bill was $7,700, not including tip. So I think after tip, which is 20%, it was like 9.1K, which isn't bad because it's dinner in Vegas. But what did we eat? I just love Vegas.
The shockwaves rippled through every corner of the city's economy. Hotel occupancy, once a reliable 80%, slipped to 78.7%. That difference meant thousands of empty rooms on any given night. But the real pain showed up in revenue per available room, or RevPAR, a crucial number for casino operators. In June, RevPAR tumbled 13.8%, signaling that not only were there fewer guests, but those who did come were spending less. Each new month confirmed the pattern: fewer arrivals, shorter stays, and shrinking demand. By September, the 9th consecutive monthly decline left no doubt. The city's vaunted draw, its promise of excitement and escape, was losing its grip. Social media only amplified the crisis with the phrase, "Is Vegas dead?" racking up millions of views as travelers questioned whether the city's best days were behind it. The numbers told the story with brutal clarity. Las Vegas was in free fall, and every metric pointed lower. Inside MGM's executive suites, the numbers left little room for debate. Third quarter revenue from the company's Las Vegas Strip properties slipped from $2.1 billion to $2 billion, a loss that echoed through every department. The pain ran deeper than the top line. Adjusted EBITDA, a key measure of profitability, fell 18% from $731 million to $601 million. For a company built on steady, predictable cash flow, that kind of drop set off alarms. Slot machine revenue, traditionally the backbone of casino earnings, shrank by more than 5% in May. Baccarat, the game favored by high rollers, plunged 10% despite months of marketing aimed at wealthy gamblers. It didn't matter that prices were higher per guest. Each quarter, the company served fewer people and collected less money in total. On Wall Street, the mood turned from patient to skeptical. Analyst notes began to question whether MGM's strategy of chasing premium customers at the expense of volume could survive another quarter of decline. With every earnings call, the pressure mounted. The boardroom conversations grew more urgent as finance teams tracked the slide in real time. Every failed month increased the sense of vulnerability, and every missed target made the next round of decisions more desperate. The numbers weren't just disappointing, they were a warning that the old playbook was no longer working. A Las Vegas vacation in 2024 started with a price that looked tempting, but the final bill told a different story. MGM's advertised rates, sometimes as low as $28 a night at Excalibur, were quickly overshadowed by a $29.12 resort fee, making the true nightly cost higher than the room itself before taxes or parking. At luxury properties, resort fees climbed to $55 per night, while even so-called budget hotels set theirs at $45. Every booking came with new surprises. A $21 nightly phone booking fee added for anyone reserving by phone or in person, and the once standard free parking now cost $20 to $25 a day. For many, the fees didn't stop at the door. Table minimums on the casino floor, once $5, now started at $25 or even $50, with some weekends demanding $100 just to play a hand. Screenshots from booking sites made the arithmetic impossible to ignore. A $28 room plus $29.12 in fees plus $25 for parking left guests paying nearly triple the headline rate. The nickel and diming wasn't limited to high rollers. Even guests at entry-level properties faced mandatory charges that dwarfed the original price. Each added fee stacked up, turning a bargain getaway into an expensive lesson in fine print.
$11.99 just to fucking withdraw $60. Crazy shit. Crazy. Alright, let's see how much one of these things cost. Promise you it's gonna be expensive. You said $7?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Travelers didn't just complain, they changed their plans. In 2024, Las Vegas watched as entire segments of its customer base vanished. Airlines responded to weak demand from Canada by cutting flights, with some routes disappearing altogether. Travel industry reports linked the decline directly to the sharp drop in Canadian visitors, a group once considered a reliable pillar for strip casinos. The story was the same in Southern California, where regulars who used to make the drive instead stayed home or found action at local casinos. For many, the hassle and cost of a Vegas trip no longer made sense. The numbers tell the story. Online gambling platforms recorded a surge, with July alone pulling in $1.78 billion in wagers, a 20% jump compared to the previous year. Players didn't quit gambling, they simply stopped choosing Las Vegas. The Strip's losses became someone else's gain. While Vegas hotels and casinos struggled to fill rooms, digital alternatives and regional competitors welcomed the influx. The city's gamble on higher prices had driven away the very people who once filled its tables and theaters. At the Flamingo, a waitress summed up the reality in just 4 words: we lost the middle. For dealers, the change meant standing at empty blackjack tables for hours, watching the minutes tick by with no players and no tips. Bartenders and servers left their shifts with pay envelopes half as thick as the year before. The pain stretched far beyond the casino floor. Press reports described at least 140 MGM managers furloughed as part of a cost-saving initiative, though the company never released an official tally. Las Vegas's unemployment rate climbed to 5.9%, the highest among major metro areas in the country. Dealer schools, once bustling, saw enrollment drop to levels not seen since the pandemic lockdowns. Meanwhile, competition just outside the city limits wrote a different story. Laughlin's gaming revenue jumped by as much as 17%, and Mesquite posted nearly a 10% gain. Resorts World Las Vegas, the Strip's newest giant, chose a different playbook, eliminating resort fees and bringing back free parking. According to its revenue manager, rooms stayed full and convention demand stayed strong even as the rest of the Strip faltered. While MGM's workers face shrinking paychecks, rival casinos thrive by welcoming the very customers Las Vegas had priced out. Bill Hornbuckle stood before a packed ballroom at the Nevada Gaming Conference in September, his words echoing through an industry caught off guard by candor. "Shame on us," he admitted. "We lost control of the narrative." For months, the complaints had piled up. Viral videos of a $12 Starbucks coffee at MGM properties, a $26 bottle of water at Aria, and a steady drumbeat of customer outrage over hidden resort fees and relentless surcharges. Hornbuckle didn't dodge the criticism. He acknowledged that the company's pricing strategy, designed to squeeze more from every guest, had instead driven them away and made Las Vegas a punchline online. The timing left little doubt. This wasn't a proactive move, but a reaction to a year of undeniable decline. As the numbers plummeted, so did the company's image. Customers felt gouged, and the public backlash forced the CEO to face what had been obvious to travelers all year. Yet while guests paid $55 nightly in resort fees and $21 just to book by phone, MGM's proxy filings revealed Hornbuckle himself collected more than $15 million in total compensation for 2024. Mid-level managers made around $60,000, a gap that grew harder to justify with each layoff and every empty table. Regulators and analysts now circle, questioning not just the failed strategy, but the culture that let it persist. Hornbuckle's admission closed the door on denial, but it opened a new era of scrutiny for the Strip's most powerful executives. In September 2024, Las Vegas visitor numbers had fallen to 28.9 million, a drop of 7.8% over 9 consecutive months. MGM's own documents confirm revenue fell from $2.1 billion to $2 billion, with adjusted EBITDA down 18% in the third quarter. For 9 months, executives raised fees and minimums, even as customer complaints and competitor data showed the strategy was failing. It took sustained financial losses, viral backlash, and the success of value-based rivals like Resorts World for MGM CEO Bill Hornbuckle to publicly admit, in his words, "Shame on us." The documentary has shown the human cost: workers losing income, customers choosing alternatives, and a city's reputation damaged. What remains unclear is how quickly these lessons will lead to real change in pricing or corporate priorities. The facts are undeniable. Ignoring customer feedback, even for just 9 months, cost Las Vegas millions in visitors and forced a rare public reckoning at the top.